Hello everyone, and welcome to another LEGO Transformers video. Today we have Optimus Prime. I showed off Optimus quite a few times, my newer design, in videos for size comparisons. I've updated him again. So this is my latest Optimus Prime, and scale has sort of gone out the window. And you could look at this and go, oh, it's a pretty small looking truck if you were going off a minifigure scale. In fact, I'm going to get a minifigure in real quick. So here we have my Orion Pax human minifigure. And yeah, you could see this is like, oh, this is a pretty small, like, semi-truck type thing. But no, this ain't to scale minifigures. Here he is next to a small car in the form of Cliff Jumper. This is a big rig. Like a real big, like, half-track made for like an Arctic or snowy type of thing. So as you can see on the back here, he has treads and one wheel, not like 6 wheels like a truck like this would normally have. He's also got this huge aggressive looking plow on the front. Optimus doesn't usually have that, but I like it. So I've kept it. There is also an ability where you could build this as a regular truck. This ain't necessary to robot mode at all. You could get rid of these and then put a regular bumper on here. And then just replace these connectors with headlights, and it would look just fine. Granted, it already has. These are meant to be headlights. It's just like a cartoonier style. And you could just replace this wheel well with actual wheels that could easily fit in where this half-track attaches. But having said that, it's a very big truck. Oh, we can even go in even bigger and talk about the scale of this compared to humans. So, of course, as I mentioned, this isn't minifigure scale. This is to scale with the LEGO Games pieces. These are what I'm using instead of minifigures. These are my humans for the Transformers display because I built at a smaller scale. So you see just how big this thing is compared to humans. This would be terrifying to come up against, but also probably like awesome to pilot. Anyway, so in terms of, he's got this. I did this with Overlord as well. Who that video may or may not be out right now. I don't know. I did kind of upload it before and really screwed up. But with Overlord, I use the logo stickers. So usually they have these stickers, like on Cliff Jumper, where it's red with a white outline. Well, at the top of each sticker sheet, there is also a sticker with the inverted version. So the Decepticon ones were purple with a silver outline. The Autobot ones were red with a white outline. So of course the Decepticon one is silver with a purple outline, which I've put on Overlord. And on Optimus here, he's got a white Autobot logo with a red outline. So it just comes up as a white Autobot logo. The reason for this is, so I got 2 different versions of the sticker sheets because I ran out at one point. I had to get new ones. These are the old ones with the white outline that allow it to be used on any color and works fine. Some of them I got very screwed over on because the new ones I got are a clear outline. So if I bring in someone who's got those on, Lockdown has them. So the new Decepticons still have the silver, but the new Autobots, as you can see here, from Lockdown's kills, are just red with a clear outline, which I don't like. Fuck. And the reason I don't like them is because that's not what I want. Because I kind of wanted the nice outline to allow it to work so you can actually see it. If I put a regular red sticker on, you'd barely see it. And I've said we can get to transformation. He does have a truck trailer, but I tested this with his original build. I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm going to test it anyway, but it's a really awkward fit as well. Oh, it does fit. So he can carry a truck trailer and be even more of a threat. But, that is a trailer that he can have that is ridiculously thin compared to the rest of his truck. Because this is like just over 5 studs. This thing is 6 studs. My usual vehicle mode sizing is like 4 studs wide to keep with the mini scale. Cliff Jumper's a little bit wider than that, but they tend to be a little bit wider. This is all out just like 6 studs wide completely. It's not even it happened to get a little bit wider, it just is. And I don't mind it. So to start transformation, this works similar to Scourge, like the entire rear is exactly the same as my Scourge, so if you've seen that video, you know how this is going to play out. These are of course the feet, and this is going to fold out. The front is a lot different to Scourge, so we're actually going to start, the truck is broken, by taking these whole side panels and just hinging them out. We can do that on the other side there. I'm going to take these, these are going to become like side skirt trench coat type pieces. Then I'm going to open these up, fold the wheels in, then fold these and sort of like swivel and angle them so they're slightly behind the wheel like that. There is also another Autobot logo here. We're then going to come to the front here again, and we're going to flip it up. You can see the actual chest and everything. And we're going to press down on the edges like that. It sometimes takes the grey studs with it. I have no idea where I've just launched that piece. Shit. There was a grey stud there, now it's gone. I'll find another one to replace it later. You see there. So, just took a smokestack off as well. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the camera back. Not have it get stuck on my jeans. I thought for a second I just found the stud, but no, I didn't. Anyway, so I'm just like shifting my way around here. We've got this so far. We're now just gonna bring, there's gonna be the arms down. I'm gonna bring it closer to show the wrist transformation. So we're gonna fold this out. We're gonna fold this up. I'm gonna rotate this around. I'm going to rotate that and fold it like that. I'm going to quickly do the same on the other side. It is literally the same, you just basically mirror, get it done to the other arm. Like that. Oh, he's got cord and stuff. So the arms are looking like that. We're now going to come to the legs and just start by coming to these heel pieces and folding them open. We can then, those are going to pop off all the time. I'm not going to find that. It is crucial to the look of this build, otherwise you're going to have like a hideous stud there. And we're just going to fold the legs down. A pretty common car former technique. And then we're going to fold these heels and angle them in slightly to give him more surface area to stand. We're then going to bend the legs backwards, or more just bend the waist forward, and then flip the legs down. So now that piece is connected. Can then bring down the coattails. I'm also going to change the way this is done, so this now goes on the inside to make it a little less weird looking and flat out. So we've got that. Can then just rotate down the arms. Then we're going to push the head forward and come into the top of the truck. This is just ball jointed, so we're just going to ball joint it over the shoulders. Bring the head up. I'm just going to get him situated so he doesn't fall over. And there we have Optimus in his robot mode. And it's not going to focus, it's being an arsehole. Can you focus, please? Okay, it's sort of focused, it's fine. So Optimus does have a weapon, which doesn't matter too much because he has something built in as well. The main weapon he has is Ice Pick, which can of course fold down to make his axe. This axe is based more off animated than anything else, hence why it's blue. Also, because I think it contrasts with the sort of wintry theme that he's got going on here. Hence why you can also mold this into an ice pick, because he's got like the sort of long coat design, the buffy shoulders, and of course the alt mode being like a half track of a plow. It's like a wintry vehicle mode for him. And Optimus isn't a half track too often. I think Armada is a half track. I can't remember though. There is a new Armada Optimus coming out, and that's what inspired me to do a revamp. Anyway, more scaling. I'm going to quickly, as I talk about the overall design here. So I did take the chest originally on this build was like a G1 style chest. Where even though he was a long nosed cab, when he was in alt mode, you couldn't really tell it wasn't a G1 Prime. And I didn't like that. The reason is G1 Prime is one of my least favorite Optimus designs. Like, the chest windows are iconic, but they just look, he's just like super blocky and square, and I don't like it too much. So I tend to avoid that with my primes, and I noticed like I'd always been making him way too G1, so I wanted to change the chest a lot. So I took this sort of IDW Orion Pax approach, where like the chest the boob window, like chest bits, are just thinner, and they angle in on the sides. For a bit of scale wise, real quick, here he is next to Cliff Jumper, who isn't desperate to even update because he's still way too small. Of course, we can't not show him next to Bumblebee, who is a literal bumblebee for his alt mode. Again, I highly recommend this video because his alt mode is a bee and not like an actual car. A lot of my alt modes tend to be beast modes, but this is here to show like I still do non-beast modes. Getting him next to another version of Bumblebee, we have Hearts of Steel Centurion. Bring in, real quick, Starscream. And she is not going to stand on this display at all. And of course, we've got to bring in the rival. Of course, the leader of the Decepticons, Megatron. So we'll plot Megatron down over here and just be like, wow, there he is next to Megatron. And he is a little bit, I want to say he's a little bit taller. I think they're literally about the same height. Actually, no, Megatron's a little taller. I think this is perspective made Optimus look a bit bigger there. And let's do one more size comparison just for fun. We'll bring in a big guy. I was going to grab Overlord, but I don't want to go to Overlord constantly. So here he is next to another Prime, Megatronus the Fallen, who is much larger because, well, it's Megatronus. You can't make Megatronus a smaller character. He kind of demands to be like a big figure. But, getting into other detail of him, so we'll take the axe away. I have not made him an Ion Blaster yet. The old one does not fit in his hands because this kibble gets in the way. You can see him on the side. The back, he hasn't really got a lot of kibble. He's got this hideous like hollowness to the back of the legs, which, if this was on a larger scale, I would have something to fill that in and not just leave it hollow. But I don't mind the hollowness too much. And of course, the only real backpack he has is just the cab. Other than that, I'm quite happy with the way the kibble is handled. It has a sort of style to it. Like these big shoulders, and like the plows kind of annoy me at times, but they have a really fun feature where if you push the wrist down, you get these punch dagger blades, which, oh, this is broken off. Immediately, the kibble is so much less annoying when you pose him with these, because he gets these sort of punch blades going. He has a weirdness where you can see his hand sticking out, but it's not too bad. I prefer to display him like this without any weapons because it just looks way cooler. He does also still have a matrix chamber. So, it's not as visible, but it still does open and there is a matrix in there. You can flip these chest windows forward and then this middle panel, and you can see there is a matrix leadership in there that is technically removable. You just kind of have to pull the whole chest assembly off first. So this kind of has to pop off to get to what is literally just a gold jumper with a glittery blue stud from the dots line on it. It's not much because of the sizing. That just sits inside his chest, and it is always in there. And of course, as usual, there will, as it's going to be with a lot of my models, currently it's just RC at the time of me recording this, but instructions for this guy should be available on my Etsy store soon if you want to build him. He's one of my more sturdy models, has a few weak points, but it's nowhere near as bad as some figures will be. Like, some of my characters are much worse, and some of them I might not make instructions on because of that. Like Starscream, who is like super flimsy and she can barely stand, and she's just overall a pain in the arse. Most of my characters I will be making instructions for, regardless of flimsiness, especially smaller characters who will be like super cheap. Like, a lot of my smaller guys like Cliff Jumper will be like literally £1 or like $1 or whatever the conversion rate you want to do is for instructions for him. For these super fun little guys. You can go some obscure characters in there with like little guys like Oil Slick, some of the Stunticons. Unfortunately, I do not have Motor Master anymore. I dismantled him purely because his design was annoying me. It just wasn't good. Menasor could not really stand at all, so I want to rebuild a new Motor Master that's compatible with the Stunticons. But until then, you'll still be able to get the instructions for all of like the little Stunticons. I'll also eventually make a Dead End. And of course, every character, if you do get the instructions and you're stuck on it, I'll always make sure that the video is out on YouTube before the instructions are for sale. So if you ever get stuck, you can come to these videos and see sort of not the best, but a step-by-step transformation. With that said, this has been Optimus Prime. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one, which will most likely be the re-upload of Overlord. I know in the last one of Bone Crusher I said that, but I kind of want to get this guy up first. Having said that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.